This is a 2002 Honda Odyssey van. I'm going to show you how to change the spark plugs. It's pretty simple. First you want to remove the bolts on the top of the cover. Just a 10 millimeter socket. Remove all four of those. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, you just remove that cover, plastic cover, and then you'll have to remove this tie down. They're like little screws, plastic. You just twist them, give them about half a turn, and they unlock this little plastic cover. And then there's a little snap-in plastic hold down right here. Just pop that off with a screwdriver. Alright, so after you loosen those, you just take this cover off. And these are where the spark plugs are located, underneath each one of those caps. And you'll need an Allen wrench to remove these nuts here, these Allen wrench bolts. Each one of those you want to loosen with an Allen wrench. That's a 6 millimeter Allen wrench. There's also 3 are located here, and then there's 3 on the back side of the engine, which you can't see, but they're back there. A little bit harder to get to, but there's still plenty of access, so shouldn't be any problem to get a wrench back there. Okay, so I loosen that. You take out the bolt. Then you want to release the electrical wire coming to the coil. You squeeze it on either side and you remove that, and then you just take this coil, which is attached to the spark plug, and just pull it out. I'll go ahead and do that on all 6, and then I can start taking out the spark plugs. Okay, I decided to just do them individually, change each spark plug individually, just not to get anything crossed. You really can't get anything crossed because of the length of the wires, but anyway, it's a little trick I discovered. It's best to put the socket on the extension because they're really deep. It's a 5/8 inch spark plug socket. Put the extension with the socket into the cylinder hole, and then attach the wrench. If you try to do it all in one step, it won't fit because there's not enough clearance. So, believe me, this is the best way. Then you can easily remove the spark plug. Now we just back that out. Gotta make sure you have a decent spark plug wrench because socket, because it's way down in there, and you just gotta. It's kind of hard to hang on. Tends to want to slip out of the socket. Okay, here's the new spark plug. NGK is the one I'm using. It's original equipment manufacturer recommendation. Same thing that I took out. Set the gap to a 0.04, 1.1 millimeters. By the way, you have the instruction manual, the owner's manual. It shows you pretty much exactly what to do. It gives all the specs, the gap, the spark plug model number, and you want to tighten this down to 13 pounds if you have a torque wrench. If not, as soon as it touches it's tightened all the way down, you want to tighten it anywhere from 1/2 to 3/4 of a turn. So it's hand tight right there. I don't have a torque wrench, so what I'll do is right about 1/2 a turn. You don't want it too tight because then it'll put it too far in the engine block. Okay, this bolt. I finished the 3 spark plugs in the front. Now I'm working on the back. In the back, you don't have to actually disconnect the electrical wire from the coil. There's enough slack where you can just leave it all intact. On the first cylinder and on the 2 outer cylinders. The center cylinder, you need to disconnect the electrical connection. There's not enough slack in the wire, but as you can see, I left the wire in the coil attached. So it's on the 2 outer cylinders. So I'll go ahead and change all 3 of those plugs now. Just like with the front 3 spark plugs, you take the wrench with the spark plug socket, put the spark plug in the socket without the wrench being attached, just the extension, and then you place that into the cylinder, and then place the wrench, and then you can tighten it down. Alright, got all the plugs changed. Before I put the cover on, I'm just going to start it up, make sure everything runs good. Alright, starts right up. See the mileage, 106,000. The Honda recommends changing the spark plugs at 105, so it's about right. Anyway, you see it runs nice and smooth. Now I'll go ahead and put everything back together. It's running good. First, this cover goes back on. You just take a screwdriver and turn this plastic screw just like half a turn, it locks in. Same thing on the other side. And then this little cap just snaps back in. Just like that. Then we put the top part on. And then just go ahead and tighten down the bolts.